This is a review of the Nitecore MH20. It comes with everything you need to use it and enjoy it. First of all, here is a user manual, and then it comes with a battery that fits inside of the flashlight. This is an 18650 battery in size, and it's rated at 3,400 milliampere hours. In addition, you have a USB car charging plug. You'll have a AC wall socket that will charge the flashlight. The wall charging socket is rated at 100 to 240 volts AC and 50 to 60 hertz. Its output is 1 amp at 5 volts. This flashlight's a little bit unique. Most of the time when you have these types of batteries, you have to remove them from the flashlight to charge them. This one here has a charging port here on the top that you can plug the cable in here into one of these two items and charge the battery while it's still inside of the flashlight. That's a very nice feature. Here you have a charging cable that's a USB to a micro USB connector. It's 40 1/2 inches long. In addition, you have the flashlight itself, which is very nice, very small, very compact and easy to carry. If you look at this other hardware here, you'll see this silicone flap that covers the charging port. They sent you an extra one. You've also got some extra gaskets that go inside of the flashlight to maintain its waterproof rating. This flashlight has an excellent waterproof rating at IPX8. That means it's tested to be submerged on a permanent basis at depths up to 2 meters as specified by the manufacturer. In addition, it comes with a snap-on clip that goes around the body of the flashlight. You also got a nice lanyard that comes with it. It has an adjustable slip here so that you can put it tightly around your wrist. This is also an 18650 battery box that you can carry some extra batteries in. And it comes with a very nice ballistic nylon belt loop that you can put on your belt and carry the flashlight in. Some very nice accessories. This is a nice kit. This is an excellent quality of battery. It's rated at 3,400 milliampere hours, which is a lot of capacity. In addition to that, this type of battery is a lithium-ion battery. It's rechargeable up to 500 times and still maintaining pretty much its rated charging capacity. Its output is 3.7 volts, as I said, at 3.4 amps, and this is the equivalent of 500 batteries that you would normally have to buy, which would cost you a lot of money. I want to show the well here of the flashlight. You can see the reflective surface inside is a deep well mirrored system surrounding the LED. This is going to give a long throw for the flashlight and very bright beam. It's capable of throwing a beam at 240 yards, which is quite a distance, and the output of the LED is 1000 lumens. Here's the actual charging port. I'm going to lift this up. You can see it under here. That's where the micro USB plug goes into. If you look at this tab here, you can see a ridge on the edge of it. And that ridge, to be waterproof, has to be tucked in completely. So when you're done charging the battery and you push this on, make sure you push it down very securely so that ridge is clearly tucked in on all sides, and now it's waterproof. You can see I've taken the flashlight into 3 parts. This is the tail cap. I want to point out that the tail cap is flat on the bottom. That means you can stand the flashlight up in candlestick mode, which is nice for when you're camping. Here you can see the body of the flashlight, which is nicely threaded on both ends with high quality craftsmanship. These threads came already lubricated with silicone grease. I like that because that's one of the first ones I've seen that does that. I always put silicone grease on the threads, and I replace it every 6 months. Silicone grease serves multiple purposes. Number 1, it lubricates the threads and keeps them from galling together. Number 2, it lubricates the O-rings you see here. There's one on each end. That's what these replacement O-rings are for in case they break. The silicone grease keeps those O-rings from rolling and being cut and tearing. And in addition to that, the silicone grease always helps maintain the waterproofness of the flashlight. Inside of here you can see the Nitecore electronics on this main board. This is where the positive end of the battery would go. This circuitry helps maintain a constant current to make the battery life long lasting. You'll notice on the end here that you have a loop here for the lanyard. That's a nice feature, like I said, so you won't drop the flashlight. Here you can see I'm inserting the lanyard through this lanyard hole. I used a very small paper clip which I open up and use it to push the string through so I can get it started. Here you can see I've got the lanyard attached and the flashlight still standing up in the candlestick mode. That's what I was talking about to use on a picnic table, for example. This LED is rated at 1000 lumens. This flashlight has a multi-mode of operation. Its beam can be ultra low, low, medium, high, and turbo brightness. In addition, it can have strobe or SOS beacon. In addition, it has a single pulse mode to help locate where you're at. What I like about the Nitecore flashlight is its construction is exquisite. This is high quality aircraft aluminum, and it's black anodized to a mil spec that makes it corrosion resistant. I like the fact that it also has knurled grips on the tail and on the side. Makes it easier to hold. That's important because this is a small flashlight and it gives you a good gripping area. In addition to being waterproof, this flashlight is impact resistant to drops of 1 1/2 meters, which is almost 5 feet. Here you can see I have the USB charging connector plugged in, and if I flip this over, even though I'm in a bright room, you can see the blue LEDs below the button flashing, indicating that it's charging. In the modes of operation, in the low setting for brightness, you have an output of 1 lumen. It's not very bright, but good for emergencies because the battery will last for 235 hours. On the next setting up, which is called the low setting, it's at 50 lumens. That means it would be on for 15 hours and 45 minutes. And the mid-range setting at 230 lumens, that's 5 hours and 45 minutes. On the high beam at 410 lumens, it's 2 hours and 45 minutes. And on the 1000 lumen setting, it will operate for 2 hours. So this is a very powerful flashlight, very powerful bright beam. Here you can see the lights under the button are flashing about once a second. That means that the batteries are completely charged. Now I'm going to insert the battery into the flashlight and screw it into place. And when I get there and fully inserted and the battery makes contact, you'll see the LEDs under the button light up. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. That means the voltage of the battery is 4.2 volts. That's an accurate measurement of the charge of the battery within 0.1 volts. Very nice feature. This power button, or mode button, has 2 positions. One is a half click, which will cycle you through the different modes of the light. Another one is a full click where you press it all the way down, and that will turn it into the turbo mode or turn it into one of the different types of flashing modes. Here I'm in a very dark basement. I'm aiming down at a pool table and I'm shooting only about 2 feet away. This is on the very low mode. I'm now going to press the button halfway. This is on the low mode. And now you can see that if I go down to a wall down here, I'm lighting up the whole wall. And it's basically the beam is about 25 feet in diameter, but there's not really a great hot spot. It looks like a hot spot in the video, but it's not really there to the human eye. I'm going to press it one more time. And there's the medium mode. And you can see how much brighter it is. This is the high mode, and this is really a bright light. I mean, you can light up a whole room with this. And then if I press it and hold it, it goes into the turbo mode. And this is the brightest mode, and that's very, very bright. Basically, you got a 25-foot diameter of light that's very bright. And now I'm going to press the button and hold it all the way down. And now I'm in the strobe mode, and that's really used to blind your attacker. If I press it again, I'm now in the SOS mode. So if you're in trouble, that would be good to put in the back window of your car, for example. And then here, if I press it again, it goes into a pulse mode where if you're down and you need to conserve some battery power, but you want somebody to see you, this is a good way to create an area where they can see a flashing light and find you. Here you can see I have the flashlight in its little belt loop holster. And here on the back you have a little loop that you can use to tie it to a backpack or use a carabiner. This is an excellent product. I like it a lot. I'm going to rate it at 5 stars. This review is done by JJ CEO. I'd like to tell you that I received a sample for test and evaluation, and I didn't promise a review, but I promised if I gave one, it would be fair and honest.